Hi guys and welcome to the Skoda Octavia RS. This is the fastest version of the Octavia on sale right now. So this is basically a Golf GTI underneath. They share a lot of the parts, but this is the, less powerful version, not the Club Sport, but the regular GTI. So it doesn't get all the goodness of the Club Sport, meaning that the exhaust is pretty silent, so to say. There is no noise whatsoever. You can get a enhancer for the interior for the car sound, but yeah, it's kind of fake. This car does not have it, but if you do get it, if you put it into sport mode, it enhances the car engine sound. It sounds like a V8. It's really not that natural, so I don't prefer it. I like to keep the sound off. So the fact that this car doesn't have the enhanced interior sound, it's actually a good point for me. If you look at the whole package, the Octavia is a remarkably good buy. It offers so much for a rather reasonable... Wait, shut up. So it offers a reasonable package for not much money. If you spec this car well, you'll get a sub 35,000 euro price tag, and you get so much kit for your money. If you're a family guy, if you're a dad wanting to buy a, interesting car, a hotter car than your just regular 1.5, diesel, whatever, grey metallic, basically, this is a good alternative because it doesn't cost much. You get all the space you'll ever need, and if you floor it, well, it doesn't really go anywhere because it's really slushy outside. But in general, this is quite a fast car. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour takes like 6.7 seconds. Obviously, we're not gonna achieve these numbers today because it's snowing, raining, salting outside. It's absolutely atrocious. So yeah, if we're gonna get something like 7.5 or 8 seconds, it's gonna be a good time in this type of weather. Yeah. But back to the main point, I'm just gonna cut to the chase and say this is a very good car, and if you are considering it, just go right ahead and buy it because you're not gonna get much better for 35,000 euros. I spec'd up mine, of course, in the estate version because why wouldn't you? This sedan version is just stupid. You need to get the combi or the estate version of the Skoda Octavia RS because that just makes sense. Yeah, I spec'd mine up and it was like 36,000 euros. Add in, the dealer discount and maybe cut some options because I loaded mine up pretty well. Probably you're gonna walk out the door with 33,000 euros. For that type of money, it's a really compelling buy and a car to beat, so to say. Front wheel drive, of course, absolutely pointless in this type of weather because you're not gonna go anywhere in this slush with front wheel drive. You need 4-wheel drive, or if you want to drift, rear wheel drive. Those are the preferred ones. It's really hard to put the power down in this car. Yes, it does have a nice differential in the front, but it really doesn't do magical things. You still have 2 wheels in the front struggling for grip because this car has 370 Newton meters of torque, and that's quite a lot for front wheel drive. So this means, forget your launches and stuff. The real power of this car, you know, you can feel it in second, third gear. When you floor it, it is a fast car. It really is. I think if it had all-wheel drive and a proper launch control system, I'm guessing Saab 6, maybe even 5.5 to 60 times. You need perfect conditions to get most out of it, because let's put it into sport mode. Manual gearbox, sport on the screen as well. Second gear, it's struggling. It does manage it, of course, in the end, but it's not happy. Second gear, full throttle. Yeah, if you have to manage the grip, you have to manage the power somehow, because if you just floor it, you're not gonna go anywhere. Steering is much heavier than I expected. I drove the regular Octavia a couple of months ago. It was so much lighter, and it was so much more quieter on the inside as well. The wind noise and tire noise is really, it's not bothering me, but it's there. Dare I say it's much more than I hoped. It's not a noisy car, but there are quieter cars around, and my Passat, which is my daily driver right now, is definitely a lot quieter on the inside. Of course, you can individually configure all the settings for your drivetrain, for your suspension. By the way, this DCC, which is dynamic chassis control, it's an optional extra. I think it's one well worth having, because you really change the car. If you put it into sport mode on the suspension, it feels much more planted. Although we're currently running on winter tires, so it's basically pointless, but it is a much different car if you add this option. It feels like a big steering wheel, chunky, you have nice grip points, no problems. Perforated leather. By the way, the leather quality is really good, I have to applaud that. Seating position, nothing too bad actually. Quality of the seats, these are sports seats, more on the comfortable side, I have to say, because you have bolstering on the side, but they're nothing like a real hardcore sports bucket seat. They're just, more visual than practical, so to say. But that's not bad. Of course, you get heated seats. You can actually add ventilated seats if you want to in this generation of the Octavia, which is a nice touch. These are manually adjustable, so saving weight, sport car. But I think I probably have the Alcantara package, which is 1,800 euros. It makes the car so much more expensive on the inside. The cloth, I'm not gonna say it feels cheap, it doesn't, but I just would so much more prefer the Alcantara. Continuing on the interior, the design is absolutely beautiful. Everything is as it should be. You really get to know the car within like 5 minutes. It's easy to learn, and everybody can do it. What I especially like is all the Alcantara on the dashboard and on the sides here. It feels so expensive. I dare say it feels like a 50,000-60,000 euro car, even maybe more, because the Alcantara is just so soft. This is also why I would spec the seats in Alcantara as well, because then they would match. Yes. Bad points on the interior, what I have to mention are the switches. Come on, Skoda, you make a very nice interior. Everywhere else, plastics are good, soft touch materials, nothing really bad, and then you make the switches. Can you hear it? Like, every time you use a mode switch, or you want to turn on the rear heated windshield, or you want to lock the car, unlock the car, whatever you do, it just feels so cheap. How did they manage to make the rest of the interior so nice and just completely lose it on the buttons? Electric boot is a standard, and it's a really big boot. You can fit baby strollers easily, no problem. If you get the combi or the estate version, it will be even bigger. 18-inch wheels. These are the black versions. You can get silver ones as well. We have 225 45 18-inch tires. These are Pirelli P0s, by the way. Oh, sorry, Ice Zeros. Where's my key? Oh, I think my key is... yeah. Materials, as I mentioned, I would prefer the Alcantara, but yeah, this cloth isn't really that bad. Steaming up very nicely because of the weather. Soft rear seats. Not much to view from the back because their seat is just so big. But rear legroom is very decent. I think it's a bit less than the previous Octavia, but yeah, nothing to complain about. I can slouch and it's really comfortable. You also have this very nice phone pocket or socket. Just little things that make Skoda a Skoda. In general, if you look at the cabin view, I think it looks very modern. It looks very clean. Yeah, no faults on the design language, really. On the exterior, I like how this car looks. I especially like the small details like the back spoiler and black trim lines along the car. LED lights are absolutely spot on. I think front and back, they really set the car apart. These are matrix LED lights, and these are an optional extra on the regular Octavia, but if you get the VRS, it's all as standard. For the wheels and tires, you get 18-inch as standard, up one size from the previous generation, which was 17-inch. If it was my money, my car, I'd get the 19-inch wheels because then it really looks good, and I'd probably get the steel grey outside paintwork. And now I'm gonna go back to the front of the video, basically stating why I like this car so much. It's just a very good package. You get so much kit for your money. Adaptive cruise control, lane assist, matrix LED headlights, sport seats, nice materials, Alcantara, sport steering wheel, heated steering wheel, all the tech stuff, a big screen, digital dashboard. I think you don't get a navigation, but you don't need one because you have Apple CarPlay, wireless Apple CarPlay, by the way. There isn't really much you have to add to this car. Front and rear parking sensors, of course. A parking camera is standard. If you want a 360 camera or a sunroof or stuff like that, yes, you can pay more. But what I would get is the 19-inch wheels. I get the Alcantara interior and some bits and bobs all around the car. But yeah, you can really go to the Skoda dealership, just give me one VRS and you will get a good car. Period. You don't need to add much to this car. Digital dashboard is absolutely gorgeous, clear, HD quality. You can change stuff from navigation to basic view to racing view to what I like, which is the normal 2-dial layout. But it's just so clear and easy to read. I really can't fault the system. One more thing before I complete my review. I'm not a fan of the gear selector. I think a regular gear knob would have been better. Also, why isn't there an M mode, a manual mode? There's just drive and sport. Where's the M? This is a DSG gearbox, so you can change gears, via the pedals here, and then if you go into manual mode, it will stay into manual mode. I quite like that, but I think I prefer the versions, it used to be, because if you went into manual mode while you were in drive via the pedals, yeah, in a couple of seconds, if you didn't go crazy, it will go back into drive. As it is right now, it will stay in manual, and yeah, it's a solution, but it's not the best one, I think. So what do I think about the Skoda Octavia RS? I do like the car very much. If it was all-wheel drive, I think it would have been almost perfect. Pity about the, you know, buttons around the interior, and yeah, the front wheel drive is something you can live with, so no problems really. It's just that if you live in a country like this, in Estonia, just look at the weather. It's snowing, it's raining, it doesn't even know what it's doing. So front wheel drive is rather pointless in this type of weather. But if you're not gonna floor it all the time, it's livable, it's fine, don't worry about it. Thank you guys for watching. There will be new videos coming soon. Please consider subscribing if you already haven't done it. And yeah, bye bye.